Hi Gemini, it's Mary Jo from Enchantress Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I'm doing your reading for October 2019. I'm using the Good Tarot, and it's an oracle deck. And we'll just see what messages you have from Spirit. Let's see, with Saturn going direct, a lot of lifting of restrictions have been going on. So let's see how it's affecting Gemini. Okay, Four of Water, very beautiful. Look at this mermaid. They look like air bubbles, but they also look like she has a pearl in her hand. You know, it's hard to see in here. She's really at the very depths there. Look, her fins are touching the bottom. And the Four of Water, so we look at this, the Four of Cups. So maybe some of you felt like you've hit rock bottom. Things have changed in your life dramatically, drastically. Like you didn't expect to be where you are right now through the certain courses of events that have preceded right now. There are times in our lives we need to hit rock bottom, to see the reality of things, to take a pause for growth. Maybe we're attached to things that were unhealthy. Emotions run with the water. Maybe we were in emotional relationships that were unhealthy and toxic, lies, deceptions, and we had to dig deep to find out what's going on. And the Four is, you know, like stop, completion. So when we look at the Four of Cups, you know, we're saying this has to stop, Gemini. You know, you're looking to go to the depths. Like I said, you've really sunk to the bottom, but you got to dig deep. What's going on with this person that you're involved with, that you're giving yourself over to, that's leaving you empty, weighted down, drowning you like you're a dead weight, bringing you down to the muck and the mire of your life emotionally, incapable of giving you what you need emotionally. Your needs aren't being met. Maybe it's a job for some of you that you have had enough with. You say, I'm not doing this anymore. You might even be taking a job that's paying you less money just to get out of the situation. And hurrah to you, because too many of us have that attachment to the money and the pride or our ego or our bills and lifestyle that we won't do it. But there are times in our lives we need to sacrifice for the greater good for ourselves, step back and start all over again, because we've gotten ourselves into such a state of instability emotionally, and everything else in our life is being affected by it. Now, I have to tell you, you know, she does have all these bubbles of air around her, and you are an air sign, Gemini. And the emotions maybe make you uncomfortable, you know? You don't like to dig deep. You just want to be your airy self and just flit around, you know, like the wind, and just keep going. But there are times you need to be grounded and stable, and you have to attach yourself to the emotion and feel it and work it through, because otherwise, one, you're not going to grow emotionally or spiritually, and you're not evolving your soul. And for two, it's going to start to weigh you down, that you can't breathe. There is no air. You're drowning in this muck and mire that you need to be free of. For me, these little air bubbles are the possibilities. You know, she's got one in her hand. She could put it to her mouth and take in the air to help her to get to the surface. She has these other bubbles to get her going. I know you're discontent right now. A lot of you are so tired of your life, and it isn't always about a person or a job or a situation or your friends or money. There are a lot of times it's within your own self. You're unhappy with who you are, what you've allowed in your life, how it's changed you, and you're looking to reground yourself, refine yourself, so that you could come back to the surface and finally take that gasp of life-saving breath, and you can breathe again, because here you're not. So just know with this card, the things that were pleasurable to you before, well, maybe they weren't totally pleasurable, but if for some of you they were, they're not to now. And others that if you were alluded to the conceived notion that it was what you wanted, you're realizing now, I was kidding myself. And now you're free of this. This is about opening yourself up to other possibilities and emotionally regaining who you are at the surface, okay? After doing the work now in your depths, to figuring out, how did I keep allowing this in my life? What happened that I allowed this to happen to me with him or with her, with this job, these people? You know, this is the time for you to actually come up for air, and help is there to get you back to the surface. You know, Saturn's gone direct since the 18th of September. Those restrictions, those weights that have held us all down, especially with Pluto there, 2 malefic planets holding you back until you do the diving deep in the depths of who you are and reevaluate things in your life. You weren't able to go forward. Things are lifting, and you will be going forward, as with all of us. Oh, how nice. Look at this, the 10 of water. I like this. Here we're going from here to here. This is the 10 of cups. This is renewed joy, bliss, happiness. Okay, so you've gotten yourself out of this bad situation. Even if you didn't want to get yourself out of the bad situation and you didn't choose to, the universe did something and activated some of you, forced you out of this situation, whether you like it or not. And this is your cups being filled with all new possibilities, the new job, the new love, feeling happy, feeling restored, financial security, having a home that you feel comfortable in. This is the joys and bliss and pleasures of life. I feel loved. I feel happy. I feel connected. I feel safe. Okay, and we have the happy Buddha here. We rub its belly for good luck and blessings. And look, the water is overflowing at the foot of the Buddha. But he's above the surface. Where you are here, Gemini, you're above the surface. And this is plenty, bounty for now. But we still see these like, well, they look like bubbles, but they could be strings of pearls, which I was saying here, from the depths, right out of the muck and the mire, a pearl is formed. A grain of sand from that bog forms a beautiful gem of a pearl, right? It's a transformation for you too. And here you have a string of pearls here. All right, so you went from nearly drowning to being able to come to the surface and have a beautiful period of abundance. I'm not saying it's forever and ever, but this is definitely a new change for you, a turn of events for you. But this is emotional. Like maybe you'll be reunited with friends you haven't seen in a long time because of the stupid guy you were with. Nobody liked him, you know, or your family, you know, reevaluating the situation with your family after this, you know, affair you had with this person went out the window, or the choices you made in your life that were unhealthy for you or weren't your best option, and you wound up not having people around you that you loved. Now you're being restored and enriched emotionally, being surrounded by love that's given and received. You know, a job that sucked. You know, you're finally out of that job. You either got fired, laid off, or you had the braveness, I almost said something else, the balls to get out of there and make a stand for yourself, and something new and wonderful comes to you. So I'm happy for you with that too. And the Buddha is stone, so he's solid, you know? He's in a good place. Skies are clear, very Gemini, airy, and the waters are falling beneath you, you know, so you're arisen from the depths of this pain and sorrow. Ah, 2 of air. Look at this. Let me see her in this deck. Is she blindfolded? Hold on, yeah. She's blindfolded, but she holds 2 doves or birds in her hand. She's, again, above ground. She's on solid ground, okay, with our 2 of air. Choices, my dear Geminis, like you, the twin, right and left. Ego and id, light and dark. That is Gemini, right? Your moods go back and forth. You flit like the air and blow with it, breezes left and right. So this, for some of you, is about making some choices. For some of you, it's going to be a blind choice, right? So you're saying, okay, I know exactly what's best for me to do. I don't need my eyes open to tell, and I'm going to choose this. For others of you, it won't be so easy. You're stuck, blinded by this. You don't know what to do. You're confused. You're frustrated. Well, you can trust that intuition. After what you've been through, reflect on everything and how you've come up from this. Maybe you'll have people around you that love you in a healthy way, unconditional way, and can help you with your choice. Spirit can help you with your choice. Listen to the voice within, Gemini. And it's not always the logical, methodical thing, but the voice within your heart center, your soul center. And listen to what they're saying. Let's see what Colette Baron Reed has to say about this card for you as a positive affirmation. Two of Air, stalemate, uncertainty, considering your options. Time to take a break to consider my options and think about things. There is no need to rush forward. The perfect answer for the highest good will come to me if I take my time and remain in a peaceful state of mind. Now we know that the air signs can sometimes be impetuous. Fools, they rush in. So liken it to that Knight of Swords. You don't want to rush in right now. They want you to take your time and listen to what's going on in your head, in your heart, your bones, your body, spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Listen to it all. What's going on around you in nature? Are you seeing birds? See what they mean. Are you seeing dragonflies? Look up the spiritual meaning of them. Are you seeing toads or turtles? These are guides from your higher self or angels and spirit, always with you, Gemini. But you're so busy in the air realm, you don't always consider what's going on around you on the earth, being grounded. You know, there are times you have to leave your mind to get a new perspective, but this is talking about getting back into form, getting your feet in the dirt, you know, feeling the grass underneath your feet, and connecting to the earth to ground yourself and listen to what it's saying to you. I think you'll have an armed peace with this, though. Many of you will feel contentment and peaceful once you've waited and made your choice. Four of Fire, nice. Four of Wands. I like this fiery element, and she's a fairy, okay? So now we have like the air, like you are, flying, but she's sitting solid on a rock. So she has listened and come to ground. She's playing a flute. Music, good healing, okay? The tones. Also, when you manifest, to sing or hum or play music you love around you is very important because it resonates into the heavens. It's like it synchronizes it and synergizes it. So let's see here. With this renewed energy, what are you going to do? Well, there's lots of things you could do with this renewed energy. You've taken steps here, okay? You started from the beginning here, going to the depths of yourselves. The next moment as you find some relief and surrounding yourself with love and happiness and joy and bliss. You're coming to choices in your life. Should I start all over again in a new relationship? Do I want to go back online and try and meet somebody? Am I going to make the same mistakes? Do I want to change this job? Oh, I got a better offer. Let me do this other job. But it pays less, but I think I'd like it more. Should I change my course of study in school? You know, these are all the choices and everything. But with the Four of Wands is a time to celebrate. It's a culmination, okay? It went from a 1 to a 2 to a 3, like your ship's coming in. Well, it's here now. Now it's time to revel in the joy of what you've accomplished. It's time to celebrate that. Have a little party. You got the little party lights, the fairies playing music. You're grounded and stable. There's a sense of completion here. Looking at these tones, there's beautiful ambers and autumnal colors for the northern hemisphere. I really feel it will be between the vernal equinox and the winter solstice for you, probably more in the fall, the autumn. And if it would be in the southern hemisphere, then it would be completely opposite. It would be your spring before your summer that you feel this creativity with the orange, and the yellowy colors we know is your solar plexus. All right, so your empowerment is back. Stella got back her groove. And you're celebrating and rejoicing. It could even be like a wedding, a quinceañera, somebody's 25th wedding anniversary. It could actually be a beautiful joining of family and friends and loved ones in a celebration of something that has nothing to do particularly with you. For some of you, you'll be having a wonderful time. A birth announcement, a wedding, It could be anything positive, like even you got your degree, a PhD, a master's, you're accepted into a program that you've been waiting for. But it's definitely a time to celebrate, enjoy, and this will be for you in the autumn, Gemini. You've been through it. We've all been going through it. It's been really rough, man. I'm telling you, Saturn's been beating the crap out of all of us in Capricorn, its home sign, you know, and with Pluto there, the two of them are like tag teaming all of us. But this is what we're pushing for. We chose to be here at this time. We chose for great involvement, okay? Considering what's happening in the world and then looking at it where it's hitting you and me and everyone else, this is our souls saying, hey man, Gemini, we're gonna grow through this. Don't worry about like, oh, what's this happening to me? This is what am I learning from this? What am I growing from this? How am I evolving and raising myself, my energy? Before I leave this place, that I'm at the highest energetic level that I can be spiritually. So I wish you guys a great October. I hope this really helps you. If it doesn't resonate, look to your rising sign. Maybe that'll be better for you. Thanks for watching and subscribing. And for the readings, I appreciate everyone. And as always, I wish you the best. See you next month.